from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, September 28th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. There were two big items on the Luzerne County Council's agenda last night, including the possibility of selling the Old County Juvenile Detention Center. WYLN's Aaron Harvey attended the meeting and has more from Wilkes-Barre.
Many Luzerne County residents attended last night's County Council meeting to voice their concerns on tax exemption for a site in Hanover Township or to talk about a sales agreement to sell the former Luzerne County Juvenile Detention Center. Council approved a tax exemption for new construction in deteriorated areas under the Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistance Act. The site is located at 600 New Commerce Boulevard in Hanover Township. The first 8 years, 100% of applicable property taxes are exempt. In the 9th year, 90% of those taxes are exempt, and during the 10th year of the agreement, 80% of the taxes are exempt. Another item on the agenda that sparked some tension was the motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the county manager to sell the former Luzerne County Juvenile Detention Center. Luzerne County Manager David Pedri explains why council tabled the item until the next meeting.
The Juvenile Detention Center, we put up for an RFP. We had one offer for $20,000. County's only plans right now is to demolish the location for a cost of $400,000 to the county. The county council asked for some more information tonight. They tabled the resolution, and we're going to get them that information and to make a determination as to what the future will hold.
Pedri says that the Casey family wants to buy it to put in a women's drug rehab shelter. An important issue brought up at the meeting by Councilman Eugene Keller is that the detention center is right above the jail, which could lead to some safety problems, especially with bringing drugs into the yard.
Two concerns. Number one, I think any plans drawn up by the group purchasing the juvenile center should be evaluated by our Director of Corrections and his staff to make sure there's no security problems going to be caused for the prison. And secondly, I think the plans should be evaluated by somebody from our engineering department to make sure what they're saying they're going to do can be done for $500,000, because I know I talked with a former warden who said back in the 2000s they were going to try to rehab the building. It would take about $6 million. So I just would like those two concerns addressed.
Since the Juvenile Detention Center has no assessment value to it because it is county property, it has not been assessed. Pedri explains what next month's meeting will have in store regarding the detention center.
Next issue will be, next meeting we'll talk about security issues as well as the purchase price as well as the plans. This is a long process, but it's something that's important. So we need to make sure everything is done correctly, and we're going to make sure it is.
The next county council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 11th at 6 o'clock in the courthouse. In Wilkes-Barre, for WYLN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. Wyoming Valley West Middle School is closed indefinitely because of mold. Students there resumed classes Monday at the high school, which will begin using split sessions, with some students attending school from 6:30 a.m. until noon. Others from early afternoon until 5 p.m. There is no timetable for remediation of the mold problem, and district officials haven't said how far mold has penetrated. The middle school is the former Kingston High School, built around 1930. The only steady income source for Wilkes-Barre's Hawkeye camera system is drying up. The parking authority pays the city $100,000 a year for the camera coverage. That agreement runs out November 1st and likely won't be renewed, but the camera system isn't being used by the city at all. Since the George administration took office, it has largely shut down the system. The monitor room is locked up and there is no one watching the camera screens. An agreement with Legion Security, which had provided someone to monitor the cameras for $15 an hour, was canceled by the city less than a month after George took office. The system had about 300 cameras placed around town. The administration says many ceased working, but hasn't put a number on that. Hawkeye Cameras had been a nonprofit group set up by the city, but the city has since dissolved it. The tunnel leading to Wilkes-Barre's Memorial Stadium has been closed by the city and the school district says it can't be repaired. The tunnel leading to Cary Avenue has rust on the metal roof inside and crumbling concrete outside. The inability to use the tunnel was blamed for a delay in getting an injured player to the hospital, as there was about a 20-minute delay. The school district says it's looking for another way to get easier access to the field in emergencies. The stadium is behind Myers High School, which is being closed in the next few years, but there has been discussion about replacing that stadium. Before a joint session of General Assembly, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf spoke about the importance of the meaningful legislation to address Pennsylvania's ongoing opioid addiction epidemic, which is plaguing all regions of the Commonwealth. Last year, nearly 3,500 Pennsylvanians lost their lives to addiction. Wolf said this is a public health crisis, and it is affecting all Pennsylvanians and threatening entire communities across the state. Carbon County State Representative Doyle Heffley said in a statement to the media, quote, "The governor specifically mentioned House Bill 1698, a bill I authored which would require insurance coverage for abuse-deterrent opioids, and asked the Senate to swiftly pass the bill and send it back to his desk," unquote. State Representative Kurt Masser said, quote, "This House Bill 1805, which I am sponsoring, it would require doctors and pharmacists to attend opioid and addiction-related training prior to obtaining relevant licenses and to further require ongoing training in every renewal period." For more information about the opioid and heroin abuse crisis in Pennsylvania, you can visit PAHopecaucus.com. Geisinger is buying the Commonwealth Medical College in Scranton. No purchase price has been disclosed, but the deal is to be completed by New Year's Day. The school will be renamed the Geisinger Commonwealth College of Medicine. The school has struggled to remain independent. Work on it began in 2004. It accepted its first class in 2009, and it has 480 students enrolled. LaSalle University in Philadelphia is slashing its tuition. President Colleen Hanchik announced a 29% cut starting with the 17-18 school tuition. Tuition will drop from $40,400 to $28,800. She calls a way to address the rapidly rising cost of higher education. LaSalle froze tuition for this school year, one of the very few schools in the state to do so. 97% of LaSalle students receive some type of financial aid. Well, it's time now for our first look at our forecast. A fall-like day today with the sun shining earlier with a cool breeze. However, the next 2 days don't look so sunny to me. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe, as our weekend approaches, what can we expect weather-wise?
Well, we got some rain to talk about in the forecast, especially going into tomorrow and Friday, the potential of some heavier rain, some showers, maybe the possibility of a thunderstorm. But like you said, what about this upcoming weekend? Can we at least dry out and salvage part of this week? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. And
thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the 161st Bloomsburg Fair is in its 5th day, and our Abby Piskel was there this afternoon for all the fun, food, and excitement. Plus, a look at 2 very special series here on WYLN, one that will begin this October, which will be filled with important information on breast cancer, how to treat it and beat it. For the second one, we'll hear from veterans from around our area on what their experience serving our country was like as we approach Veterans Day this November. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Downley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center in the quiet town of Weatherly, Pennsylvania. The rehab center offers the highest level of personalized care for your therapy experience. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secure dementia unit in our facility. Weatherwood also offers Medicare-certified home health care services within the community, including therapies, skilled nursing, and certified nursing assistants. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by for a tour. 570-427-8683.
Personal cancer care is close to home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton has been providing radiation therapies to cancer patients for 30 years. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer and need radiation therapy and would like to learn more about our treatments, let our compassionate, experienced team of experts help you. No reason to travel out of town for same services that are only minutes away from your home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton. 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Close to home.
It's a kickoff classic sale at Berger Mazda, Route 93, Hazel Township.
2016 Mazda CX-3 Sport. It's all-wheel drive, zero-to-drive lease, just $255 a month. Or this 2016 Mazda 6i Sport, zero-to-drive lease, just $255 a month. This 2016 Mazda CX-5 Sports, all-wheel drive, zero-to-drive lease, just $285 a month.
At Berger Mazda, Route 93, Hazel Township.
Berger Family Dealerships, drive with experience.
It's Wednesday, which means there are only a few days left of the Bloomsburg Fair. WYLN's Abby Pisco was at the fair today with all of the details on what fair goers can expect for the rest of the week.
Celebrating 161 years, the Bloomsburg Fair is a week-long event that draws crowds in from all over the area. Vendors set up stands full of food and crafts to provide fairgoers with a multitude of options for their going pleasure. People are also able to participate in the different exhibits on displays, such as the agricultural exhibit.
The agriculture building, it houses everything from the Grange exhibits to the produce to canned goods, baked goods, and in the front of the building we have our largest pumpkins, and this year we have the largest pumpkins ever, weighing in at 1,193 pounds and 1,190. Same family, the father's pumpkin won it, and I guess it goes back to the old adage, father knows best.
People come to the fair for the atmosphere, the entertainment, and of course the food. And one crowd favorite is celebrating 30 years at the fair. Hazleton native known as Pierogi Joe makes and sells homemade pierogies along with a newer item, mini donuts.
Nobody forgets Pierogi Joe because I have it written all over me, so I love it that way. And it's been like family reunion after family reunion, part of tradition. I had a girl yesterday call me on the phone. We're leaving New Jersey. Joe and Lori are their names, and they have about 5 or 6 kids. He said, "We're leaving. Are you going to be there?" I said, "Yep, same place you met me when you were in college." They went to Bloomsburg University here. So after they got married, they kept bringing their kids back, and they said, "The reason why we come from New Jersey is because you're here and we want to eat your pierogies." And now the kids, all the little children that they have, wanted the donuts. We have 120 dozen an hour donut business right here by the pierogies on 7th and D Avenue. We have one on 9th and C Avenue.
Of course, there are a variety of food options, such as the wide selection on Krabby Larry's menu.
Everybody knows us for our cream of crab soup. We sell more of that than the other 2 soups combined. We sell all kinds of sandwiches, crab cakes sandwiches, seafood cake sandwiches, oyster sandwiches, a couple different kinds of shrimp, shrimp cocktail.
Crab balls, scallops, shrimp tenders, and our sampler we do 2 crab balls, 2 scallops, and a bunch of shrimp tender, and that seems to be a real big mover this year also. But the cream of crab soup is the big mover. We've been here at this location, B Avenue and 7th Street. This is our 12th year here. And good location. Today's a beautiful day. Getting lots of customers again.
We spoke with a few fairgoers who had their own reasons why they attend the fair and how they were spending their day.
Well, I live so close to the fair, so I come every day, but this year I'm working at the fair, actually. But it's great family time and great food to get around the area. It's only once a year.
I come down because I was bored at home, nothing to do, so I love to be around people. I love to see different things. My wife's working down here.
We got here at 9 o'clock this morning, so I think we beat a lot of the crowds. And we've had a really good time going up and down the aisles and eating good food and getting some good drinks. Now we're going to get stuff to take home.
But they also share one common favorite.
I would definitely say the food. Oh my gosh, I love the food here. Eat anything you want this week.
The food?
I think probably the food. And just getting out in the fresh air is really, really fun.
The Bloomsburg Fair only comes once a year, and it's definitely something that you don't want to miss. In Bloomsburg, for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a look at those special series that will begin here on WYLN News in the coming days. All that and more, including sports with John Eric Polai, is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Connects Janitorial Service, carpet cleaning, tile, linoleum, hardwood floor refinishing. Also office and home cleaning for dependable service. Call Connects Janitorial Service 570-788-2748.
At All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want, you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Ram Power Days and Jeep Celebration event. Stop in today.
Affordable dumpsters specializing in estate cleanups, general cleanups, hauling, foreclosure cleanups, waste removal, demolition, as well as fire, water, and mold damage. We supply containers of all sizes. Call 570-427-4976.
Well, it is cool across our area today, especially where some of the rain has moved through, and we've been dealing with some showers across parts of our area. In between, the sun would come out a little bit, and when a little bit of that rain comes through, it really cools things down quite a bit. But we do have some more rain to talk about in the forecast, especially going into tomorrow and especially going into our Friday. Don't expect a lot of sunshine, expect more rain than sun, and you definitely want to take the umbrella with you if you happen to be doing anything outdoors or going anywhere outdoors, especially tomorrow and as we go into our Friday. And it's going to keep temperatures down a bit and kind of keep them cool across our area. Here's a look at some of the numbers outside of our station, and those numbers aren't looking too great if you like the warm temperatures. Generally, we're hanging out in the 50s. And we did pick up just about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall since the midnight hour, and a little bit breezy out there from time to time across our area. How did we do temperature-wise? For the day, only getting into the lower 60s, 63, an early morning low of 52, so a cool start to our morning. We also had a pretty good wind gust coming in at 26 miles per hour. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, well, you see temperatures continue to be kind of cool out there, and in between some of the rain, there's some sunshine as well. But again, that sunshine is going to be kind of limited, especially as we start going into the next 2 days. And those winds, like I said, it's a little bit breezy out there. This does not encounter the wind gusts across our area. The wind speeds anywhere between 5, 10, occasionally up to 15 miles per hour. So going into tomorrow, we're going to have to deal with the rain. It's going to be on and off. Kind of cool, 60s. That's it. And then Friday, it's even cooler yet with some more rain around, only 57 degrees. And then for the weekend, well, I think we'll see some sunshine mixed with some clouds. Still a chance of a couple of scattered showers around. Really not expecting it to be a complete washout by all means. And then we dry things out quite nicely as we go into next week. For Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to be looking at temperatures managing to make it up into the 60s. But we see some of those overnight lows, again, dropping down for the most part into the 40s and lower 50s. We'll be back with more after the break.
When you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, Lehighton Kia is the place to go. They showcase a variety of vehicles, like the totally transformed Soul and the eye-catching Cadenza, the Kia Optima, not your average mid-size sedan, the Forte lineup, including the Coupe and popular 5-door, the Sorento and Sportage, with a bold array of features. Ask about specials and incentives, and you can't beat the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Lehighton Kia, 21 Blakesley Boulevard, Lehighton. Call them at 610-377-1570. Family and friends come from all over the area to enjoy a fabulous dining experience at Graziano's Restaurant. You choose your dinner from a menu that is filled with all freshly made to order entrees. You'll never be disappointed and you'll leave satisfied.
If you're looking for a good pre-owned vehicle, check out BLB for tax time special. Get the best return on your tax check at BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive, located on Route 940 in Harley. Call 570-454-7571.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming. We're your local network.
Two very special and informative series will begin here on WYLN News. October is widely known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and with so many affected by the deadly disease, whether it be themselves, loved ones, or close friends, we here at WYLN would like to provide you with some information from doctors, survivors, and caregivers. Stay tuned to WYLN News for the series to begin on Tuesday, October 3rd. WYLN's Aaron Harvey will have two segments each week on Tuesdays and Thursdays with different guests talking about how to prevent, treat, and beat breast cancer. The second series will be all about our veterans as Veterans Day approaches. WYLN's Abby Piskel will be speaking with veterans from all over our viewing area and talk with them about their experiences, their sacrifices, and what life was like for them after war. That series will begin on Tuesday, November 1st. And run each day here on WYLN News until Veterans Day, Tuesday, November 11th. Stay tuned to WYLN for both of these series and for more information on them in the coming days. Coming up next, John Eric Poli is in for Eric DeBerardinis with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Northeast Gold and Silver inside the Churchill Mall is paying cash for gold and silver. Top dollar for silver coins. National currency. Fine and sterling flatware. Stop in or call them at 570-497-4177.
I'm Abby Piskel. I was born and raised here in Hazleton, and I'm excited to be a part of the WYLN team to bring communities together through the power of television.
Last night, there was a big-time volleyball matchup in District 2 with Delaware Valley taking on Wyoming Valley West. Delaware Valley knocked off Holy Redeemer earlier this season to end Redeemer's long-time winning streak. Let's see how the Lady Spartans... And we're having some technical difficulties. Wyoming Valley West was defeated by Delaware Valley, losing the first set 20-15. Grace Giza had the big game for Wyoming Valley West. But in the end, the Lady Warriors were too much to handle. Let's look forward to Friday Night Lights. But before we get into some of the Week 6 stuff we have planned, let's look back at Week 5, where we have our plays of the week from this previous Friday. Play number 3, Hazleton area and Wallenpaupack. Adrian Otero, best known for being one of the top backs in the conference, but here he comes up big for the Cougars defense, forcing a fumble. Play number 2, gutsy call from Wyoming area head coach Randy Spencer calling a hook and ladder. Play works out perfectly and it would set up a Warriors touchdown. And our number 1 play back to Hazleton area where Damian Horton makes an incredible one-handed grab and runs in for a Cougars touchdown. Some great plays from the Cougars despite losing this past Friday. Today is Wednesday, so as always, you can catch our newest episode of Sports Talk right here on WYLN, starting at 7 o'clock. In this week's episode, Marty Burns sits down with Hazleton area head coach Mike Brennan to talk about last week's game against Wallenpaupack. And he also talked about the Cougars' Week 6 opponent in Delaware Valley. That matchup against Del Val will be our game of the week this Friday and will be broadcasted live at 7 o'clock on WYLN. Here's Brennan's outlook on the Warriors.
I mean, Delaware Valley is well established. You know, Keith's been there for a number of years. We go back a long way. We coached together in East-West game back in 2005. It's a growing area. They have a lot of good players, a lot of speed, and they're a team that appears to be battling Williamsport for that top seed in our sub-region.
He's doing a phenomenal job up there.
Absolutely. You know, they systematically they do what they do. You know, they're an iPro team. They are very consistent every week in what they do. Their players are sort of molded into that system. Defensively, they're a straight 50 defense again, and they do a nice job. Good overall size across the board in the skill positions and up front. You know, big, long, lean kids, and you know, they're a good, solid football team. They're coming off of the loss last week to North Pocono, so they're human, but they're a good, solid football team, no question.
Tim Tebow, whether you love him or hate him, you'll enjoy this story. As everyone knows, the former Heisman Trophy winner and NFL quarterback was recently signed by the New York Mets, and today he played in his first professional game with the New York Mets instructional team. And in his first at-bat, Tebow hit a solo home run to left center field. And as a huge Tim Tebow fan, I just have 3 words. It's Tebow time. That's it for sports. Up next, Joe Garbach gets back with another look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Ralph M. Cameron, specializing in quality and affordable construction services for residential, commercial, and industrial, licensed and insured. Call 570-401-0654 today for all your construction needs.
Since 2001, Hazleton Imaging has been offering the best care, a staff that is kind and courteous, and a radiologist on site. Hazleton Imaging is less expensive than most hospitals, and they offer self-pay pricing. Call Hazleton Imaging today at 570-501-SCAN. It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just the highlights, like only WYLN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WYLN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
For those who serve today, and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Well, we got the rain around going into tomorrow, going into our Friday. So take the umbrella with you. Keep it handy because you're going to need it outdoors. And it's going to be kind of cool for tomorrow. It's even cooler for Friday, only in the 50s. It's near 60 degrees Saturday and Sunday. Well, we're going to be back up into the 60s. We'll see some sunshine. Still a chance of a few scattered showers left over. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that's when we start to dry things out. But the overnight lows generally 40s to lower 50s.
So it's a little chilly, obviously.
Yeah, but with the rain around, you can expect that.
Yeah, definitely. But Friday night, Delaware Valley at Hazleton. So it should be an interesting game, especially with all that rain. So hopefully the kids are safe out there because it get a little slippery.
Hopefully we're safe on the sidelines there. I want to slip and fall.
That is true. Our crew will be out. It is our game of the week. It's at 7 o'clock this Friday, Delaware Valley at Hazleton. So Joe, lots of rain Friday?
It'll be slip sliding, like you said.
I'm clumsy, so this is going to work out
Oh,
great.
good. Nobody give him a camera that night. We'll just put you in front of it. So that's all we could do. But hopefully if you have those umbrellas, make sure that they're ready for Friday night if you're heading out to any of those football games. Have a good night, everyone.